What's good, y'all? Elvis here, back with another episode of Better Barbering. If you don't know Better Barbering, is a series I started on YouTube where I share tips and tricks that made me a better barber that other people can use to make them better barbers. But today I'm talking about clients. Clients are not created equal. Ideally, if you want your business to run as smooth as possible and to be as enjoyable as possible, you're gonna want some clientele quality control. And I'm gonna talk about that. One thing I'm proud about as far as my barbering career, my clientele, the highest quality. Dope individuals, everybody respects my time. I really rock with my clients now, but it wasn't always like that. There were some bad apples in the bunch, and no shade to them, but they just didn't work for the program I was running. But first thing we gotta iron out, not everybody's your client. Customers and clients are two different things. Customers are people that buy your goods or service. Clients are customers that you have a relationship with. There's a lot of people I cut one time. They're not my clients. They're people that paid me for a haircut. We don't have any relationship outside of that. Not even talking about quality yet, but just being able to get clients isn't that easy. And getting high quality clients, I wouldn't necessarily say it's harder, but it is a more time consuming process. Like, I'm not gonna go too much into this video, but if you're curious about what I consider the best way to get and keep new clients, I got another video explaining that, so check that out. Assuming that you built a clientele, you got clients to pick from, or that are picking you rather. What's the next step to increase the quality of your clientele? First, you gotta figure out what are you prioritizing in your career and what are you not willing to compromise on. As I said before, time is a big thing for me. If somebody does not have respect for my time, they have no business doing business with me. Fuck money. Time is my biggest resource. If you play with that, we got problems. I mean, pay me too. Like, don't play with my money either. I prefer someone fuck up my money than fuck up my time. And because that's something that I'm not willing to compromise on, when it comes to my policy regarding clients, I stand on that shit. I don't play. I mean, really, it's up to my discretion. But most of the time, I only really enforce late fees if it pushes my schedule back in some fashion. Like, I have buffer time in my appointment blocks. I have a certain amount of buffer time depending on whether it's a shape up or a cut or whatever. Every now and then I have clients that are late, but because of my buffer time, most of the time it doesn't cut into my other clients' appointments. So I'm not really pressed about that because of how my booking works. Everybody picks it on time. So if you're late, that's kind of on you. But my clients are very respectful with my time. And even if they are late, they give me a heads up. We can make arrangements. But before anything, I want to get something straightened out. Before, I could not be that picky with my clients like I am now. I didn't have that big of a pool of clients to pick from. If you have however many clients and half of them have a habit of being late, it's a lot harder to stand on your policy for no late appointments because that's half your clientele. You gotta be willing to lose people, bro, to stand on your policy, to stand on your boundaries and expectations. With clients, with people generally, you can't be too attached to people being your clients. But for any healthy relationship, you gotta set boundaries and expectations. It's up to you to determine how other people treat you because they're going off of your cues. Bro, humans are all grown-up kids. We all push boundaries. If a client comes in 15 minutes late and I don't say anything about it, they know, oh, it's whatever to come in 15 minutes late. And then, 1 week it might be 17. Another week it might be 20. And at that point, now we have a pattern. So now we have a problem. But it's important to not be a dick about it because, like, stuff happens. And my clients respect my time, and that's reciprocated from me to them as well. There's times where something might happen with my schedule. Let's say I'm on my lunch and something pop up on me and I might be 15, 20 minutes late to my cut after lunch. I'd say the majority of my clients, assuming they don't have like something really time sensitive, would have no problem pushing that back 15 to 20 minutes for me, even though I might not even need that 15 to 20 minutes. Clientele quality control was not a thing I used to think about. My overarching goals for the last 3 years were basically to book up, build a clientele, work on my craft. I wanted to make some money and I wanted to be able to support myself and then also my extra responsibility. Then I did that and that was all fine. But then I realized I'm at a place where I'm cutting hair and I'm enjoying cutting hair, but I don't like a lot of the niggas I'm cutting. But I'm not talking about just, these aren't people that I'm friends with, because I don't gotta be friends with everybody I cut. Some people, the relationship is mainly barber client. But outside of that, if we don't have to be buddy-buddy, we can just be cool. We don't gotta be friends. Some people are just clients. I was booked, I was on my purpose, feeling good about it, but I found myself dreading cutting certain individuals. Like, damn, man, this nigga always late. He always talking about some bullshit. always bringing some negative energy into my space. And at this point, I'm booked out like 2 weeks plus. People are blowing up my phone and I literally do not have extra time to cut them because I got other stuff to do. And that made me think, why am I interacting with people I don't want to interact with? Especially when I'm overflowing with options with people to interact with that will pay me money. And not liking certain individuals made the work feel like work, because now I feel like I'm selling my haircut. But when I cut people I like, it's like, oh, I'm kicking it with somebody cool, I'm doing my little art, and I get paid. Shit, I'm winning. But interacting with and cutting people that I didn't resonate with was taken away from my enjoyment of my own life. Most of the problematic clients you'll get are easy to cut off because they come with the bullshit on the front end. One thing that I do that already just cuts out the bullshit is when people DM me on Instagram talking about, yo, how much you charge? Yo, bro, how much you charge? And that is always the most frustrating shit to me, because you follow me on Instagram, all my booking information is right there. You can literally see prices, see the times available, pick your own time. There is no reason to contact me, let alone ask me some questions that you could get from reading. That shit is fundamental, do that shit. Actually, what pissed me off more is when niggas is like, hey bro, you in the shop right now? And it'd always be some niggas I've never talked to, strangers, it'd be strangers. First off, if you go to my bio, like one of the first things you see, appointment only. You see the book button, you see all the information you need to make an educated decision on whether you want a haircut and how to do it is all there. And it always be at some weird ass hour. Like people be texting, DMing, or calling me at like 7 p.m. on a Saturday. Like, you in the shop right now? You free? My nigga, what do you think? That's a no for me, dog. But cutting off problematic clients that you don't really have any relationship with, that you don't really care about, is not the hard part. The hard part is putting your foot down for clients that have been around. Like, more often than not, it's friends and family or people that assume y'all are friends and family. I got cousins that I will not cut, and not because I don't want to. I mean, some of them, that shit's done. They violated on time, and I stand on my policies. But there's some people that I have no problem with cutting, but they just don't want to work with my policy. They want to text me and say, hey, you free right now? You free this weekend? Blah, 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 blah. And for very, very, very specific people, I'll let it just slide. You know what I'm saying? Like very, very specific people, everybody got favorites. But 99% of people that are friends and family have my social media. They know how my policies work, but they still want to hook up. Yo, that's fine. But if you want to hook up, I expect a hookup on that tip. Yo, but I had this one client who I was cutting for dumb long. Maybe like, it might have been like 3 years. But this client, I was cutting for a minute. I was cutting him back in the dorms. I cut him when I got into an apartment, when I went to barber school, and then 2 shops. Like this, I've been cutting this dude for a minute. And to be real, I wouldn't consider us friends. We're friendly. Like, I ain't never hang out with him. He's cool people or whatever. This is the background so you understand the context. He had an appointment, maybe it was like at 2 p.m. and he's late to this appointment. And that's fine. You know, people are late, it's whatever. But you know, if you're late, I charge a late fee. But if it gets to like 15 minutes late, at that point, I'm gonna cancel. 2 rolls around, it's like 2:05. I'm like, I'm gonna give him some more time. It's like 2:10, I text him. I don't get a response right then. It's like 2:15, I call him now because I'm like, nah, I gotta cancel now. This is like, you haven't even responded back to me. And if I gotta hit you up because you're late, I'm getting paid extra. I'm telling you that. So I call him and he's like, oh shoot, my bad, I forgot about the appointment, blah, 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 blah. I get it, people forget sometimes, but I have my booking set up to where you get an email confirmation when you make your appointment, and it texts you 6 hours before your appointment. So if you miss it, that's all you. I didn't pick your appointment time. I didn't talk to you about it. That's not on me. I'm just like, oh, well, you know, it'd be like that. Well, you know the drill. You know the fee. You pay me for the appointment you missed. He's like, oh yeah, oh, my bad. All right, well, you know, I'll send you the money, but I'm gonna just reschedule. And I'm like, all right, cool. About to go on with my day. At like 2:30, he blows up my phone. He's like, hey bro, like you don't have any openings, blah, blah, blah. Can't we make something work? This and that. I'm like, bro, there's literally not enough time in the day. There is not enough time in the day. And if I make time, I'm cashing the fuck out. I guarantee you. My time is not free, especially after hours. And honestly, I don't think I had any after hours appointments available because I had a bunch of other stuff I had to do outside of work. So homeboy's upset that he can't book another appointment within a timely manner. And it's like, I feel for you. I don't know what to tell you, bro. That's how my other clients feel. I'm overbooked right now. And at this point, it was maybe about 2:30. And all my appointment slots are in hour blocks. He's saying, man, like, I mean, the appointment time is still going. Like, could I just come in, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no. So I didn't mention it, but when I talked to him at the appointment time he picked to be in the chair, he's in High Point and I'm in Greensboro. If you're not local, they're close to each other, but it is not a short driving distance. So by the time he would even get to me, he would have maybe 10 minutes left in his appointment. Coming now would fuck up literally the rest of my appointments for the day. Time is so much more important than money. I'd rather miss out on one cut to have the rest of everything else intact, the rest of my day is not disturbed, than to try to squeeze in one cut and fuck up everything else. So I'm telling homeboy, no, I'm not doing that. It's gonna fuck up the rest of my schedule. Not worth it for me. And this nigga's like, oh, but I've been coming to you for this many years and been supporting you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, hold the fuck up. And it might have been a combination of factors, but that shit really pissed me off. I was like, whoa, let's understand something. I never asked you to cut your hair. You came to me. You're making demands of my time. If you don't respect my business and respect my policies, that's fine, but don't book. And personally, I didn't want to have to snap on them and get a little hostile. I don't want to have any negative interactions with people. But if you have expectations and standards, you got to stand on this shit or it does not mean anything. People follow your lead. People follow your cues on how to treat you. Even though this client I was talking about, we were cool, we were not friends. I had to cut off a few friends as clients because they didn't have a certain respect for my business. People want hookups, they want to come up off you. These people I resonated with. I thought these were really dope individuals. I still think they're dope individuals. But anybody that's trying to use our friendship as leverage to come up off me, nah. If you can't compartmentalize like business affairs and personal affairs, I don't need you over here muddling up my business. And if you're a barber watching this, we probably got different things we prioritize as far as our businesses. But would you consider high quality clients? That's up to you to determine. Somebody might consider high quality, oh, they pay me this specific price. And I'm not dealing with nobody that don't pay me this price. I mean, I think that's a good decision financially. There's a lot of clients I had to cut off, not because they didn't pay me my price, but it's because there was some other shit that I wasn't willing to put up with. As a barber, I'm given so much control over my environment. Like, that's the whole reason I picked this avenue. That's why I put school to the side. That's why I put like engineering to the side, because I knew that this was the best avenue for me to build an environment that was conducive to my own goals, my own growth, my own journey. Now, I don't know about y'all, but after putting in all that time, effort, all that energy, I'm not about to spend time with some niggas I don't want to spend time with that are not helping me to be the best version of myself. That's all I got. Appreciate y'all watching. If I provided any value, please like this video. Please subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Cuts by Elvis in the description. CraftOverClout.com. Check us out if you want to support your boy. We got merch. Craft Over Clout podcast. You can find that through CraftOverClout.com, which is in the description. But also, you can find that on any major podcast streaming platforms. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, all that. All right, thanks again. Until next time, Craft Over Clout. I'm out.